Minyara Gith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces.
That's the spirit.
My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
Undeniable. She mentioned how, you know, what was it? A diplomatic plea or something along those lines can be just as effective as a dagger to the throat. I'm positive that was a reference to Shadowheart. You know, the Shadowheart's confrontation with Lae'zel, where she was on top of Lae'zel, surprise, surprise, with a dagger to her throat. So I caught that. That was a cool piece of continuity. When will I see you again, my friend?
Soon. When the comet has risen. When the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust.
Got it.
I miss this place. More to the point, I missed you.
Oh,
I'll
Lae'zel.
be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
This gives me so much comfort. Not only do I feel such great closure, and I love the affirmation of our friendship and bonds with these characters. It's not just me telling them that I miss them, it's them telling me how much I miss them, and also just seeing our influence towards them. Like Lae'zel said so herself, like it was because of us that she, you know, saw the value of these diplomatic acts, and I'm like, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of our relationship. Lae'zel surprised me a lot. I knew at the beginning that I was gonna like her anyway, even though she was not necessarily like the nicest quote-unquote person in the group, but I never thought I would care this deeply to Lae'zel by the end. I didn't know I would be so attached to her. Act 2 was the end of Act 2 for me was a huge turning point with me and Lae'zel, and it just kept going more and more. I can't imagine what it must be like romancing her as well. I feel like that's gotta be super rewarding. But being BFFs with her, of all people, I did not expect Lae'zel to be this close with me and Khord, and I think it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful thing.
This is nice. Yes. I think that's the right word for it.
She's smiling and she seems so happy and doesn't see it as weakness. That it's so just great. It's so great.
Rank. I'd take rat over this any day.
Aww. Ooh, chest of grateful words? I'm gonna save that for later. Beer barrel. Here, let's go talk to Karlach. Girl, you made me cry, girl. You made me cry at the ending, the original ending.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. With this, you mad bastard! You brought me back!
Just for a moment.
Soldier. It's really you.
Hello, my friend.
Oh, I've missed you, man.
I've missed you.
Like, I've really missed you. And you're so tentacly.
Yeah, still tentacly. My mucous membranes are self-cleaning. Thank you for noticing. How have things been in Avernus? I've missed you too. I shouldn't have let you go to Avernus without me. I should have gone with you. I would have, but I wanted to be with Gale. Of course, Gale wasn't with me anyway this whole time, so I could have gone to Avernus, but me and Will and Karlach, that would have been a fun time. A really fun time to kill while waiting for Gale to come back. I've missed you too.
I'd say so. Can't think of who's been carrying your pack now that Kay's out of commission.
She recognizes that she was my
we
pack
had some
mule.
good times. Wish Will and I had more time to reminisce, but surviving Avernus is just non-stop.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Still, having him there has been incredible.
Really?
You really can get through anything with someone you love at your side.
Oh!
Oh, but hey, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge!
Oh.
Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty.
Good.
Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Ernest.
Yes!
You haven't seen the last of old Karlach yet, soldier.
There's hope. I love it. There's hope. I'm so glad to hear you might be able to fix your heart. You must be so happy. If anyone can survive Avernus twice, it's you. I hope not. Good luck, Carla. Can I have a hug? Oh, I'm just going to save that for the end. I'm so glad to hear you might be able to fix your heart. You must be so happy.
Trying not to count my owlbears before they've hatched. But the thought of coming back to Baldur's Gate keeps me going.
Good.
Can I look you up when I'm out?
Yes, I don't want a hug. You bid better, or I'll hunt you down myself, as long as the devil doesn't put too many holes in you in the meantime. Let's say our goodbyes now, one never knows what the future holds. No, you had better, or I'll hunt you down myself.
Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two. Gods, is it good to see you again.
You too.
To be here, together. Hard not to get used to it all over again.
Yeah.
This won't be the last time. I promise.
Can we hug now? No. I wanted to hug you too. No, Karlach, come back. I want to hug you too.
Look at this place. At us. This is the best party I've ever been to.
This is the best party as well, now that you're here. I'm just kind of bummed I missed my opportunity to get a hug. It's okay, I got it from Holson, but still. Okay. The Jaheira. Oh, but Shadowheart. Where's Shadowheart? Seriously, where's oh, she's over here. Let me talk to Shadowheart real quick. I'll get to you, Jaheira. I'm sorry, Jaheira. I have to go. My girl. My cute girl. That is.
Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
I'm trying. I got to you eventually. Are you joking? I've been counting down the days. I had reservations, actually. I thought it might be too bittersweet. Of course I did. You lot could hardly manage without me. Shadowheart, isn't it? Are you joking? I've been counting down the days.
Honestly? So have I.
I love your outfit, girl.
Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever.
Oh, we're gonna have a hug? Oh, yay! Oh, these are the best. These are the best. I wanted to hug Gale, too.
You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it.
She's telling me that I'm looking fat. Did she tell me that I got fat? Hopefully I haven't been fat off of sucking too many brains from people. You can say that again. I've slept under the stars enough for one lifetime. I know, I missed that actually. Are you calling me chubby? Brains are leaner than many food sources, I'll have you know. I'll take that as a compliment. You look good too. I'm not sure how much you truly want to know my diet, but I've been busy getting by just fine. I'll take that as a compliment. You look good too.
I suppose I do, don't I?
You do.
I'm glad you seem well. Trudy.
The feeling's mutual. Let's not get too sentimental. Tell me what you've been up to. You must be wondering what I've been doing this past while. The feeling's mutual.
I had no doubt. But I'm glad to hear you say it all the same.
Tell me what you've been up to, girl.
Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister.
Come on, tell all. Where have you been? What have you seen? I thought you might crave a little peace and quiet after all that happened. It sounds like you're doing right by yourself. Trying to escape bad memories? No, he's a bard. Still a bard at heart. I would say this, but he's a bard at heart. Come on, tell all. Where have you been? What have you seen? Tell me all about your adventures.
One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep.
Ooh.
It's the largest temple of Selûne in existence.
Sounds gorgeous.
It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents. On where they came from. And where I came from too, I suppose. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. Gods, your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long.
What? Don't rush. Shadowheart, don't say that. Your parents would be proud of you. You're right, I was truly heroic. Are you going to turn to Selenite rhetoric now instead? Your parents would be proud of you.
Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think. And one day we'll be reunited.
You will. What else have you been doing? You must have been wondering what I've been doing this past while. What's next for you, Charmed Matters? What else have you been doing?
Well, I've had run-ins with my former fellow Sharans on a couple of occasions.
Gotcha. Kick their butt.
Word seems to have spread of what happened at the cloister. Now other chapters of Shar worshippers see me as a prime target to offer up to their lady as a sacrifice.
It's a mistake on their part.
I know their tired old tricks better than anyone. They'll need more than a hooded cloak and poisoned blade to best me.
That's my girl.
Especially when I have a friend on the inside keeping me abreast of their predictable little plans.
A friend on the inside? You mean Nocturne?
None other. The matter
I like,
of
yeah,
her
her
faith and allegiances
her best
remains
friend.
complicated, let's say. But she is still my oldest friend.
I'm happy to hear that.
I have hopes that perhaps she might turn from Shar entirely given time. But that's a decision she will have to make for herself.
I'm glad.
If that day comes, I'll be ready.
Oh, I love that. I love how they incorporated Nocturne into this. I really liked her character a lot, and it sounds like they still have a very strong friendship, even despite them having diametrically opposed goddesses. You must be wondering what I've been doing what's next for you?
I don't know. Which is just the way I like it just now. Perhaps I'll just stick a pin in a map and see what I find, or head to the docks in the morning and scrounge a berth to find somewhere new. I'd like to see the islands, maybe, or head south to Arm. I heard there's an enclave of werecats that hunt the followers of dark gods by moonlight. I'd love to see if there's any truth to that. But enough about me. What have you been up to?
Boasted adventures you've embarked on since you parted ways with her. My new form has dictated that I live a quiet existence, far from prying eyes and panicky hearts. He's a bard. He totally would boast adventures you've embarked on since you parted ways with her.
Do you ever rest? Think of all those poor, budding adventurers looking to make a name for themselves. Take some time off and give them a chance, why don't you?
I love that.
Hopefully these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together.
They did.
Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves.
That's true. I love how she's watching out for us. You know, we were trying to tell some of our other friends to do some self-care, take a break. And now she's telling us the same thing. This is why it's so great to have these friends. Don't worry, we'll keep in touch. Getting a group of friends to regularly agree on to what time and a place can prove challenging. No. Totally in character for Khord to say, don't worry, we'll keep in touch.
I'm sure we will, but let's be proactive about it all the same. We're more than capable.
Yes, exactly.
After all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social calendars.
Thank you, because that is a challenge, but I'm glad. I mean, this is a very real thing, you know, when you've been a part of something like this, and you form close bonds with people during a relatively short time. Like if you were in a show together, if you were in a band together, you know, stuff like that. And then it ends, you want to be able to preserve that. But it's always hard. Life goes on, things happen in people's lives. It's hard to wrangle your social calendars. It's a very real thing, and I like how they're touching on something that is very relatable, for sure.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh, I won't, sweetie.
I've missed wine. Had to resort to making my own cider recently, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But a girl can't have fun with apples alone.
Speak for yourself. You could have a future in brewing. Start your own label, maybe. Shadowheart Special Scrumpy.
You might be onto something there, though the name might need work. Somehow it sounds rude, even though I know otherwise.
Yeah. Since we weren't able to get a hug with Karlach, can I just have a second hug with you,
Well,
please?
seeing as you asked so politely.
Yes. Oh. I really, really, really hope we can have... If you get to a certain point in the relationship, during the base game, I want to be able to hug our companions, which, again...
Never gets old.
No, never gets old. Just like my kisses with Gale.
Don't be a stranger.
They should have let us kiss Gale. Maybe if Gale didn't turn into a god, we would kiss him. Maybe. We'll find out, though. Don't worry, I will most definitely find out. Okay, Jaheira, sorry. Save the best for last, right?
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
Thank you?
Your higher form has brought with it some higher manners, then.
Really? I didn't have higher manners then? Really? With these tentacly things? That makes one of us. I've learned a lot since last we met. What kind of greeting is that? I missed you too, Jaheira.
How nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing.
I heard rumors the Upper City was destroyed beyond reconstruction. You're not happy to see the city restored to its former glory? It's a kip, but it's our kip. I wouldn't change a thing. How do you think the rebuilding is going? What are Harpers up to? It's a kip, but it's our kip. I wouldn't change a thing. I don't even know what a kip is.
Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks.
I like Jord. He's my
Already
favorite.
He plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist.
Oh.
Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen.
The craftsman.
Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again.
Okay. All well and good. What about you? I want to hear what you've been up to. You must be proud of them. All well and good. What about you? I want to hear what you've been up to.
There is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild.
Right, right.
I may have little love for this city. But so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less.
Let me lend my tentacle. I want to join the Harpers if you will have me. Give me your budgets and I will help you with your calculations. I'm sorry I've had so much work, but there's no one better to do it. Look after yourself, Jaheira. I hope we can rest soon. I would offer this. It would be in character, but I want to make sure that I am able to devote whatever time I have to Gale. So, give me your budget. I'll help you with your calculations. I'm sorry you have so much work, but there's no one better to do it. Look after yourself, Jaheira. I hope you can rest soon.
The songs of my suffering will break hearts from here to the Hordlands, I am sure. Be well, cub. We will speak again. But first, I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
You should examine it, taste test it, for quality assurance.
Why are you looking at me so? I'm enjoying myself. You look upon fun, Jaheira.
Well, sorry to spoil the fun, but it seems Minx has landed himself in a Zentarum cell.
The man just makes friends wherever he goes, no? Fine then. I shall keep him from jumping back through a portal in the morning. Or perhaps follow him and give the Zentarum a talking to, if my head is sore enough.
You mean from all the wine? Let's talk. Baldur's Mouth Gazette. Oh, is there stuff to be read about the Baldur's Mouth Gazette? Hey, Millie. Can I join you?
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
Actually, I was about to ask if I could, play with you. The music's fine. Uninvited guests or not. Who are you? Actually, I would like to hear a different song. No, please carry on playing. Tough gig?
You have no idea.
Millil.
You were a bard, were you?
Were?
Back before you became so tentacular. Withers couldn't even find a bard who knows who I am.
Oh. How do you know Withers? Go on, what's your name? I know exactly who you are. It's such an honor. What a shame. I'd like to hear a different song, please. You know what? I'll just leave you play. Ah! How do you know Withers? How do you know Withers?
I owe him a favor. One he is eternally invoking.
Oh, and a favor.
I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane.
Oh.
Alas, one purgatory to another.
What were you doing in the fugue plane? I think you were being a bit dramatic. At least you didn't turn into a mind flayer. I'd like you to play a different song, please. What were you doing in the fugue plane?
Languishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick. Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None.
Tough gig.
You feel a pang of divine guilt. Musical prayers went out of fashion among bards when Melil, Lord of Song, offended the god Cyric and was ejected from the pantheon.
Oh, he's Lord of Song?
I'm washed up, I'm
Oh,
afraid.
how come I wouldn't have known him? Even mind flayers appreciate a good time. It's an honor to meet the Lord of Song.
You know? You're bloody right. It is an honor.
That made his
Deep
day.
down, I knew you'd recognize me. You're a fellow bard, after all.
I am.
What can I do you for?
I want to perform with you. I'd like you to change the song. Nothing, please. Carry on with you. I'd like you to... No, nothing, please. Carry on as you were. Or, I know what. I'd like you to change the song.
Your wish is my... etc. What song do you want?
Can you play a pretty song, reminiscent of taverns and tales? Something lively that encourages dancing would be perfect. How about something thoughtful, hopeful? I'd like something that feels rich and warm. Something nostalgic and gentle would be ideal. No. Let's party. Let us party. Maybe Will dance with us. Something lively that encourages dancing would be perfect.
Fantastic idea. It'll suit the whole affair perfectly.
Sure. Which one are you? I think I know this one. That's not it. There we go.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these? Oh,
I'd like to think that we're
I
actually
remember
playing
when we
together.
had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
Okay. That's good. So what does the Baldur's Gazette have to say? 6 months since the assassination of Archduke Gortash, witnesses encounter vampire spawn and live to tell the tale. Small Sun Tour new district built by Elturian refugees. New Bardic School, Tiefling founder, secures upper city funding. Oh, Janet, the house to host. Evening of Art and Culture, celebrating salvation of city. Monument planned for heroes in the High Hall. Oh, monuments? They could probably take my statue.
Keen eye for a nice vintage. Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source
6 months on, Ramesses Tower without its wizard? What happened to him? Thorm's army dispersed from Baldurian borders.
And a stale
Fresh talk, an interview with the new master Ramesses Tower. Oh, Ramesses Tower without his wizard, as in, like, Lorokin. Right. High Harper no more? Hero Druid goes to ground. Report, Stone Lord killed by beloved ranger? Almond Cakes of Avernus. Elturian refugees and owners of city's newest cafe share the recipe. Site of the foundry, blast still sectioned off, says first. This is pretty cool, this is very clever. Raven Guard returned to full strength. Umberly Kuotoa sashimi scandal. Gondians no more. Wulbrin Bongle's Iron Hand gnomes take center stage. Oh, Wulbrin. But how about Barkus? Serial killer unmasked his crazed ballist. Iron Hands and Gondians rebuild. City's new era of ingenuity. Planar Plane. City caught in the center of the Githyanki War. This is amazing. This is so creative that they did it. That they told us what else is going on through these articles. Volothamp Gedarn's Guide to Baldur's Gate. Bard seeks contributors in his edition. The book he was talking about. He did say he was going to write a book. That's awesome that they referenced that. Last holdout cultists cleared from the Temple of Baal. Iron Throne wreckage continues to block shipping lanes, complain merchants. Settlers bound for lands upriver amid claims. Curse is lifted. Not a goblin. A creature spotted crawling along Elf Song Bar, reported to be Githyanki child. Is that our son? Gale, one of the first things we have to do is rescue our adopted son, who I totally adopted without conferring with you first. Business move, take your troubles to the House of Grief. The chest of grateful words. Oh, are these? I know what these are. Oh. To the hero of the realms, we have followed your adventure closely. From the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck the Netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible, the lives you saved and sundered, the friendships you found. Thus we thought to extend a greeting to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our members. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. This is really, speaking of which, this is genius. This is real genius. Like having different characters send us letters is perfect because they don't have to. It's very low budget. Like they don't have to hire the voice actors to record these, and they have the freedom to write whatever the heck they have the freedom to write so much stuff. These letters could all say different things depending on the decisions you make, and it's so easy, but it feels very like immersive, and it feels realistic. You know, they can't all come to us, but they could still write to us. Barkus! I love you, Barkus! To whom it may concern. Withers gave me this address and said I could consider writing. Thus an update. The Iron Hand gnomes are nearly beyond help, but I've managed to yoke them into something resembling a coherent force for innovation. We've been hired to assist in the city's reconstruction, and our steam-powered object motorations are helping to move building supplies in every part of the city. It's nothing, really. I am well. I trust you are too. We deserve it, after all, don't we? Barkus Root. Oh, Barkus! Barkus, I have such a soft spot for Barkus. This is all so perfect. It feels like, when somebody, tries to get everybody to contribute to like a scrapbook or something, or contribute to some gift like from everyone, write a little note. I feel like I'm in like high school or college again. Art Karlach. Oh, to an old acquaintance. I write to you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are smiling in and out. Builders, visitors, and children of all ages in Halsin's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Thaniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes. And as our old songs drift to the wind even louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness, and I'd still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I'm grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday, and if you have time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave, I know I'd love to see you. Art Karlach. Oh, Art! Oh, this is so great. A letter from Valeria. Salutations. I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that has risen since our little Bally and Bash a half a year ago. Regrettably, I've had to take the credit for dispelling the Ball cult in your absence, you understand, and I'm working on, because I'm a mind flayer and such, and I'm working on routing the remaining Ballists from our fair city. With the newly promoted Blaze de Vela. Oh, Fountainhead in Tau, of course. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public. An alleged unpaid bar tab at the Elsong. If you happen to be passing through with a bundle of coin, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence? Much obliged. Investigator Valeria, Sleuth of Helm. P.S. Any advice on getting Ballist blood out of Gloth? My hat's not been the same since the murder tribunal. Oh my goodness, we're getting... from Ravengard! Hero of Baldur's Gate, vanquisher of the Absolute, the city is forever in your debt, for without your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, it would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch, and that is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their homes near destruction. They have come to regret no turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gortash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion, and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people. And I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allowed evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Older Ravengard. Love this so much. So genius. Letter from Voss. Githyanki script. Tirsu adorns one side of the page. The other is written in the common tongue. Shalak. The Prince of the Comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle, blackest death draws near. We have taken to the astral plane, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have already taken up arms with us as warriors of the Comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to Cratius, dedicating themselves to Orpheus as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. But our allies do not call themselves children of Gith. Zareth Mengergagith, the Gethzerais God King, has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable, but Orpheus has spoken. If Blackith is to fall, mayhaps the two skies must again be made one. Which is why I definitely prefer, for 100%, Orpheus over Blackith. Voss. Revericaltal to Orpheus, Knight of the Comet. Good luck to you, Voss. Oh, Arabella! Hey you, it's Arabella! You remember me, right? Bone Man once said I needed to find balance. Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being? Fancy talk. He was right though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head, and all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out, so I followed the weave, like Bone Man said. I don't know how I knew what to do, I just did. After you squished the brain, Beardman showed up, said the weave led him to me and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all those leaves on my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beardman. I'll let you know how it goes. If it wasn't for the fact that it's possible for Arabella to die in your game, I was thinking she'd be a really awesome character, companion character perhaps, when she's older in Baldur's Gate 4.
Gang is here. Wish I'd had time to polish up the horns.
Letter from Edvard. So many people. A small extract from a self-published polemic tabloid. A note is attached to the top. I will not be silenced, -E. Needling with Edvard. Friends, Baldurians, my people. Consider our loss, our lauded and benevolent patriarchs, maimed. Our great upper city libraries, demolished. the very beating heart of our great city, the right to speak freely, dead upon the cobbles. Do you not see, my friends? Lord Gortash, formerly our greatest bulwark against the Absolute, is now smeared as a collaborator? His allies and colleagues tossed aside, former publications of repute turning to censorious farces. I ask you, the pamphlet contains in much the same fashion. The pamphlet continues in much the same fashion. Okay, so I guess they just threw in a whole bunch of... Oh, letter from Sebastian! I'm getting everyone, all of these people out of the woodwork. After so long in a vampire cell, I'd almost forgotten how to write. Never mind what to write. But what can you say to the person who unlocked your cage and gave you your life back? Or gave us some kind of life at least. After you killed Cazador and opened our cells, we fled into the Underdark. There were thousands of us, a ravenous wave, mad with freedom and out for blood. And gods, did we find blood. We swarmed every monster and unfortunate in our path, drinking what we could. We lost hundreds along the way, some to beasts, but most just disappeared into the dark. It wasn't easy, but eventually Cazador's house spawn calmed us and took control. They found some old ruins we could call home, and we've been there ever since, building new lives for ourselves. I'm so glad, Sebastian. We're not free down here. The dark will chain us forever, but we aren't the prisoners we once were either, and that's thanks to you. We looked in our cages and saw people, not monsters. You looked in our cages and saw people, not monsters. And here, down in the shadows, we're trying to live up to that. Thank you now and forever. Sebastian, I love how validating this is. I love how, even though it was risky to let all of those vampire spawn go, it warms my heart to know that they're at least trying their best. It's not a perfect happy ending for them, but it's way better than what they had before. Speaking of which, speaking of the vampire spawn, the Gur. To the spawn Astarion. Oh, we should give this Astarion. Greetings from the family of Ulma, the hunters of monsters and keepers of peace across Faerun. We know this letter finds you well, for although we hunt you no longer, we do sometimes keep a watch. Your restraint and control over your bloodlust has been admirable. Indeed, it has been an inspiration for our children, who have struggled with their own hunger. This makes sense, because they did take their children back, even though they're now vampire spawn. These last months have been a difficult time for our people. We have protected and nurtured our children as best we can, and we have learned much. Herbs we once used to dull our foes' minds are now sedatives to ease hunger and pain. Restraints built to hold the undead now protect them from themselves. There has been a lot of pain, but a lot of progress too. Our children learned discipline and control, while we learned compassion and patience. There was a time when we would have destroyed any undead creature, our own blood or not, and called it mercy. But then we met you. We saw that redemption was possible. Difficult, yes, but painful? Painful, but possible. You saved our children first from Cazador and then from us. For that we thank you. We will watch you, but with more admiration than fear. Walk in peace, Astarion. Oh, Astarion. I love this so much. It warms my heart. I've said that so many times, I know. But, I mean, it's true. It's all true. Letter from Elminster. Do you recall the day we first met, my boy? You could have been no more than 8 summers old, clutching your mother's apron, eyebrows singed off by the fireball you'd unleashed into your neighbor's rose bush. This is for Gale, isn't it? You were crying because the flowers were so beautiful, and you did not mean to destroy them. How kind, how eager, how brilliant you were, and yet so naive. You could not yet see that power so carelessly begets destruction, but so too might your good nature be the guiding light by which your abilities might shape our world for the better, which I do believe Gale is doing right now. Where is that child now, I wonder? Did he remain at Blackstaff, nose buried in his books? Does he live within his mother's aging heart, weeping for those roses? Or is he within you still, lost amongst the trappings of godhood you so casually adorn yourself with? Wherever he is, I hope you can forgive me. To him I promise I will not make the same mistakes again. Elminster. Cool. Letter from Elfira! One of my faves. A big fan favorite. Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I have the most amazing news. You know how Lacrissa was working insane hours at the Elfsong Tavern? Well, she woke me up one morning, all excited, and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to a house in the lower city that had a plaque hanging up outside of it. A plaque with your and Lehala's names on it, and School of Music beneath. I just burst into tears. That's what we saw in the article, in the news article. The School for Bards, I think. I burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's the cutest house you've ever seen, with a big open space downstairs and a small loft where we can sleep. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a room packed with trainee bards from Candlekeep to Waterdeep. I'm so proud. As a fellow bard, I'm so proud. Lacrissa had to quit the elf song to help out. I'm teaching night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night, and I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometimes. We'd love to have you. Lots of love, Elfira. Love you too, Elfira. Damn it! This probably should go to Karlach. Hey there, would you mind passing this on to Karlach? Yep. Thanks a mil. Karlach, if you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you found a way. Thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what's become of you. Write me, won't you? Please? Yours faithfully. Damn it, there's something going on between these two also. Karlach, Will, and Damon. I'd ship it. Nocturne. This is for Shadowheart. Dear Shadowheart, I hope that you're happy and well. I must keep this short as I remain surrounded by Shar's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of bravery that you did, and walk away from this life. Until then I shall keep safe, and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other again, yours always, Nocturne. That's beautiful. Letter from Hope! How did you get this from the Nine Hells? I had a dream last night, not that there are any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you, and you were here with me. And I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long that I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery, the boudoir is a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am Hope, and I persist because of you. Oh, so awesome. Letter from Irina. Thought I'd reach out first for once. Marina! Hopefully she's doing well. I finally had my baby! A beautiful boy! I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night and I've barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor after his dad. He's a junior. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors had started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author! It's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags, but you know what they say. Write what you know. I'm proud of you, Marina. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't to talk your ear off. It's to say thank you for saving a sacred young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. For saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong.
Gang is here.
Next time we
Wish
meet,
I'd had time to
pints are on
polish up
me,
the horns.
Marina. Ugh, so much closure, so many tied up loose ends. A letter from Nine Fingers. I'm not much for leaving my city, but it does gladden a girl's heart to be asked to the ball, so I'll thank you for that much. In my place, except a few casks of fine vintage that managed to roll their way down from the upper city in all the commotion. The rebuilding has given rise to many such happy opportunities, worth discussing over a more civilized drink in my guild hall. If you find yourself at a loose end, enjoy the muck and see if you can get the High Harper to sing. Enjoy the muck and see if you can get the High Harper to sing. You won't be disappointed. NF. Okay. Letter from Zevlor. I hope my penmanship has improved somewhat in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly that I could scarcely hold the soup the priests pressed into my hands, let alone write and thank you as you deserve. It is only when the city itself began to shake that I felt my hands grow still. Along with the other veterans sheltering at the temple, discards of Turel's unworthy legions, I watched the monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose, and with it, power. I do not know what oath we cling to now, or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that this city will not suffer as El Turel did, whether it wants us or not. It is more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people, but that is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, then I am content. Come and see us when you can, Zevlor. I'm so glad, my friend. Zevlor I always thought had a good heart. Even though he did what he did, I don't blame him. To the Mlagir who freed me, to Lae'zel, Tlakma Gir, my words come to you on slate, for they are immutable and eternal. You are not just liberators, you are all warriors of the comet. Whatever land you travel, whatever sea you cross, whatever plane you grace, Blacketh's pawns fall, one by one, at the hands of my faithful. But the city of death stands, and the queen sits on her vile throne at its center. But we stand at a precipice. Lae'zel, thanks to you, we are soon to restore an old kinship, and Blacketh will burn in the fires thus stoked. The protocols are written anew, and to you, Mlagir, I dedicate the first. All who call themselves Gith shall unite under one sky. Yes, please unite them. Gith Tavkim crushed. Orpheus. Well done, Orpheus. I don't want to take them or all of them.
Here we go again.
I think Volo was the last person that I haven't spoken to. Selunite slippers? Oh, those are the inert astral prism. That was Shadowheart was dipping her toes into the continuity. This artifact, once so powerful, now sits empty and quiet. Yeah, Shadowheart took off her slippers. I saw her dipping and wading into the chest. Clothing chest? Can I change my outfit? Oh! Look at all these dyes. I can change my outfit? Why didn't I find this sooner? But I don't think... Yeah. I don't think my outfit would have changed at all. Yeah. That's cool, though. That's cool that you can dress however you want to dress. Okay. When I have pretty much every single outfit, and every single dye, that's brilliant. Come on, devs, you thought of everything. Another Baldur's Mouth Gazette that I didn't read. Sweetheart, I will be with you in just a moment. Absolute emergency over, declares Fist. The last Lith is routed from sewers. Criminals consolidate. Guild uses rebuilding efforts to expand power. Baldur's Mouth editor resigns. Links to Gortash regime unfounded. Black market, black magic. Devil's fee goods still accounted for. Sheres's raconteur Raphael reported dead. Selunite outpost decimated by unknown assailant, now protected by the sword of the Selune, Dame Aelin. Head banker deposed at counting house. I like how Lae'zel's just lounging around. Drunk. Halsin's drunk? Oh my.
It truly is splendid to see everyone gathered together again.
I wish he actually sounded more drunk. Oh, there's Volo. I was like, where's Volo? He was right there. Volo. What's up? Is anything over here? Oh, I'm gonna check that out.
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not?
Yeah.
You're looking, well.
Thank
Our
you.
skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost
Were
in
you
the
not
post.
actually invited, Volo? Have you come seeking a statement for your next tell-all? It's wonderful to see you, Volo. How have you been? You again? Getting yourself into more trouble, I presume? No, it's wonderful to see you, Volo. How have you been?
Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our adventures together. I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form.
Oh my goodness, Volo.
You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
The hero and I? No. Do you think your readers would believe a mind flayer could be a hero? I love it. I love it, presuming I'm the hero. You can do better, can't you? Do you think your readers would believe a mind flayer could be a hero?
Who says you're the titular hero? Oh, I jest, probably. But believe
Volo.
me, I couldn't have written a word without you.
Because you'd be dead.
Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'd write a draft and you could just sign your name.
Oh, Volo.
Better still, I'll sign it for you.
You know what, Volo?
Your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
As from one bard to another, Khord gets it. Like, yeah, he's so skeevy. But Khord's like, I get you, bro. I get you. Oh, can I say thank you to Withers? Withers. Recipe. Divine odds. Scroll of disintegrate. Scroll of death. Another mind flare parasite specimen. Oh, and a gold pendant. Chasm creeper. Gosh. I don't know what the point of having these here. Pile of sacks. Is there anything in here? No. Withers. Thank you.
This one night is like any other, and yet different.
Yeah.
Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate. Until such time it requires saving again.
Baldur's Gate 4.
How dost thou feel?
Relieved? I feel satisfied. I accomplished everything I wanted to do. Well, that's not true. I still want to get married to Gale. I did my duty, no more no less. I can't help but feel some things have been left undone. I'm getting tired. I might just get to bed. I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next? I can't help but feel some things have been left undone. Yeah.
If thou could only see the paths of fate untaken, thy mind would surely break.
Yeah.
Be glad of thy chosen path. It is, after all, thine.
That is true. Thanks for that perspective.
Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
Yeah. I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account.
Oh, a
Hear
toast.
me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now.
For now. Yeah.
Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate.
Look at all of
yourself.
them.
But for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another.
Of course. Things can't just stay
Sleep.
fixed.
Rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth,
Love.
love, and above all,
Yes.
problems worth solving.
Yes, worth solving. I love how he lingered on love, as if he was a nod, as we know what a lot of the players, we know a lot of you really want. To Baldur's Gate, to the greatest friends I could dream of, to brains without worms and a good night's sleep, to the hope of more adventures to come, to the greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.
To you. Yay! Yay! Gale! Gale! Please give us a good resolution.
So, it's time for me to return to the heavens. The question is, do you wish to go with me? to become a god at my side.
Yeah, I told you I would, especially because I'm wondering if that might be my way out from... They were implying that I have this crave, that I am still myself, but I'm gonna probably have to deal with these cravings for the rest of my life. But I'm wondering if ascending might help me. Could be a way out. Hopefully that could be the case. If you're the god of ambition, what will I become? I want that more than anything. I'm ready. I'm sorry, Gale, I'm not coming. I want that more than anything.
Then follow my lead.
Okay. Let's go. Am I gonna turn blue too? Like Genie from Aladdin?
Close your eyes.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I'm with you, so I feel great. Oh. Wow.
And that's just the beginning. I have so much more to show you.
Are we gonna kiss? Oh. He's gonna kiss my forehead. It's okay. It's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take it. They're still together. We didn't break up. Yay! Yay! And I look amazing in that outfit. I look pretty darn good, god form. Oh. That's what I wanted. Oh, in loving memory of our friend and colleague Jim Southworth, cinematic animation lead. I read in the notes that that was one of the things they added to the credits was a memory in memory of one of their developers who passed away. Oh my gosh, that was so good, you all. I love that. Bravo. Larian Studios, bravo. This was something you didn't have to give to us. You didn't have to include it. And I'm so happy you did. I'm so pleased because it really did. You were able to tie up so many loose ends. You were able to give us the closure that we wanted. I was able to get finally the closure of my quote-unquote canon ending. I'm so glad that Mr. didn't actually smite Gale. Even though there were some implications that, oh, Gale's gonna end up being corrupt after all this, I want to be able... The ending was open-ended enough that you could decide for yourself. You could decide for yourself. They gave you enough to not fully answer those questions, but enough to make it feel like this is a satisfying ending from where you can draw your own conclusions as to what actually happens with Gale and his beloved. They're still madly in love with each other. They're gonna ascend to godhood. Again, in my headcanon, I think that means I'd be free of my compulsions to try to suck brains now that I've ascended into godhood. I don't know what I would be the god of. I'm very curious about that. And that, we just shared that kiss and that embrace. And oh, the hugs. The second best thing, other than, my closure for Gale's romance, was the hugs. Halsin's hug, the Karlach hug that I missed, but I'm sure would have been amazing. Shadowheart's hugs. I'm like, oh, and everything about Astarion being so happy, and everything was so good. Oh, it was so good. I'm so happy, and I feel great. I feel like now I've beaten the game. Now I got to see the full, fruits of our labor, of our adventure, and I just can't be anything but grateful to the developers for providing this for us. So yeah, this is amazing. This is great. I've got nothing else to say other than I for sure am going to try this one more time with all of the epilogue stuff that is specific to Gale. If we did not push him to go after the crown, if we instead had him apparently marry us instead. Would we see the wedding? I don't know. Would they make references about us being husbands? I don't know. Would there be references of us having kids? Good to see. I'm curious. Definitely would love to see that as well. Just again, to peak, to be able to satiate my curiosity of what if? What would have happened in an alternate reality, alternate universe? So, anyway, I will close off for now, but I'm sure I will hopefully see you at my next video. Just to see that what if situation before probably signing off on this particular playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 before I start a new playthrough with a whole new character and a whole new storyline. If that ever becomes a thing in my channel, which is my intention and my hope. So, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Love yourselves, and love Gale.